Welcome back to the Maelstrom, ladies and gentlemen. We have another Stolt Moors Warhammer 40K battle report for you today. 2,000 points, Tau Empire versus Blood Angels. We will be fighting over this fortified complex here. The station has been invaded. The system is still falling apart. As always, we'll have links in the description below to the story so far. The Blood Angels are defending this little fortification here. They really need to keep the space station intact for the last bit of the campaign as the system is disintegrating because it is protecting their space lanes. So there are 5 objectives. The Blood Angels have control of the entire table and will have full reign over it to deploy. The Tau will have the opposite side to come on from. Their entire army starts in reserve and rolls from turn 1 for reserves. We have 5 objectives, 1 here in the open and 1 mirroring it on the opposite corner there. Then we have 2 in the trenches doing the same thing, 1 here and 1 down there, and then the central building itself is an objective. So we will be right back with armies and show you the Blood Angel Defenders. We've got the Blood Angel Defenders.
Okay, so my HQ and my Warlord is a Sanguinary Priest with a Jump Pack and an Auspex, and his Warlord trait's Red Rampage, so for the duration of this mission he has the Rampage Universal Special Rule. Then for my troops, I have a 10-man tactical squad with a Melta-Gun and a Multi-Melta. Then I have a 10-man tactical squad with a Heavy Flamer and a Flamer. Then I have 2 identical 5-man tactical squads with plasma guns, and they are mounted in Razorbacks with las cannons and twin-link plasma guns. Then I have 2 identical 5-man tactical squads with a Heavy Bolter. Then for my elites, I have 10 Death Company, and they have a single Thunderhammer, and they all have jump packs. For my fast attacks, I have 2 identical Assault Marine squads. They are 10 strong with 2 Melta guns. Then I have a 5-man bike squad with 2 grab guns. Then for my heavies, I have 8 Devastators with 4 las cannons and 2 identical Bell Predators with Heavy Bolter sponsons.
So lots of bodies, lots of Marines to defend a position. Next up we have the Tau Suit Force that is beginning the invasion here to strike against this position. Starting it off, we have a Retaliation Cadre. We have a Commander with 2 Fusion Blasters, a Shield Generator, a Vectored Retro Thruster, Pure Tide Chip, and XV802 Iridium Armor. He is going to be running around with 3 Crisis Suits that have target locks and double Fusion Blasters. We have another squad that is target locked on 2 and missile pods on all 3. And then the 3rd squad in the Retaliation Crisis group is 5 suits with advanced targeting systems and dual plasma rifles. We have a broadside machine gun nest here, 3 of them with target locks, and they have 6 missile drones attached to them. And then for the Riptide, we have an ion accelerator, dual fusion blast or twin fusion blasters, early warning override and velocity tracker. And then we also have a optimized stealth cadre, ghost kill with cyclic ion raker and twin fusion blasters, early warning override and velocity tracker. And then we have a group of 6 stealth suits with 2 fusion blasters and advanced targeting systems on the 4 burst cannons. And then the same setup here, but 3 dudes instead of 6. To finish the list off, we have the drone network. We have 4 groups of 4 marker drones to fulfill that formation. So you have seen the armies and you have seen the table. We will be back as the deep strike begins and we get stuck into the Maelstrom. Alright, the Blood Angel Defenders are deployed.
Okay, so since the Tau took the far table edge, we set up with our Warlord against the central bunker, which is also an objective for this mission, and he is attached to the assault squad that is strung out behind the trench. In front of them is the Flamer tactical squad, spread out to kind of mitigate incoming orbital bombardment fire. Then their exact opposite on the other side, same setup, an assault squad strung out along behind the trench lines, and my Melta tactical squad spread out in the trench for cover from incoming fire. Inside of either of the smaller bunkers is my 5-man Heavy Bolter heavy weapon teams. And in the central bunker, the 10 Death Company are inside the bunker, and the 8 las cannon Devastators will be on the ramparts above the bunker.
Alright. And then you have what in reserve?
And in reserve, I have my 2 Razorback squads, my 2 Bell Predators, and my 5-man bike squad will be coming on from the near board edge.
Alright, and then the Tau now get an orbital barrage before they come down. That is equal to D3 on a dice roll, plus 1 for each fortification, so we'll have D3 plus 3, so roll to see how many the Tau get. And the Tau are going to have 5 bombardments. Those are strength 9, AP 3. If a hit is rolled, they do hit, but if you roll an arrow, they always scatter the full 2d6. So we will resolve the bombardment, and we will be back with Tau turn 1 following that. The Firestorm recedes. The Tau targeted the central building or within a couple of inches of it with all of their shots. We got 1 penetrating hit through, which busted the armor facing by 1 point because we rolled a 1, and then we glanced it with another one. 7 of the 8 Devastators were pulverized. Their bodies are laid out there in body bags now, but they were hit by the strike. Another strike hit right here. We wounded the Heavy Flamer, but he made his cover save. The 5 men behind him were killed by 2 successive barrages that landed there. And another barrage scattered here and was able to kill 1 man from this squad. So several Marines died from the barrage, but they are all fearless at this point in the campaign. That is an Imperial special rule for this leg. So nobody gives any cares about what just happened. The Tau are going to roll for reserves, and we will be back as turn 1 begins. Tau turn 1 rolls to an end. Most of the reserves showed up. We have a plasma suit, the plasma suits, the small squad of stealth suits, and 1 squad of drones still in reserve. 2 squads of marker drones came on down here with the Ghost Kill and the Riptide. Stealth suits came on here in the middle. They've made their jump move behind terrain now. And then the Commander, the Death Rain suits, the 3rd squad of marker drones, and the broadsides came on here. They all walked on and started their shooting, made a lot of armor saves. The broadside nest killed 3 Marines. The Commander's squad killed 1. Fusion blasters had reduced this thing by D3 hull points, the bunker, from the stealth suits, who also shot down here and killed these 2 assault Marines. The bunker was then armor 11. The Commander split off from his unit, fired here, and exploded the bunker. Killed 2 of the Marines in the explosion. The other 3 fell out here. The last Devastator went down to the Death Rain fire, and the Riptide did nothing. He killed 1 assault Marine. He took 2 of the marker lights down here, killed 1 assault Marine, and the Ghost Kill killed, what, 1 more? So, got 2 of the assault Marines there. But still lots of Marine bodies on the table. Everybody's fearless, so nobody's running anywhere. We will be back as the Blood Angels answer in the bottom of turn 1.
Okay, so bottom of turn 1. The right side of the defense force kind of circled out to put fire on the broadsides. Between the 2 5-man heavy bolter teams and the tactical squad, we only managed to knock down 2 missile drones. And the left side of the defense force just kind of jumped the ramparts and tried to close the distance because we're being outranged here, and if we don't close the gap, we're going to get picked apart. No real damage output, but a lot of maneuvering.
Yep, and waiting for reserves more than anything. So 2 broadside drones do go down. Could have been a little better. The bolters weren't exactly on their game. But Tau response coming up. Tau turn 2 is ended. We got the small stealth team and the plasma suits in. Plasma suits came in down here, took 4 marker lights. The 2 teams there fired in support. 1 fired, got 1 marker, and gave the other squad the ability to get 4 hits. The plasma then just tore these poor guys apart. Had 1 guy survive, but the rest of them were cut down. Lost a good number of assault Marines here as well. Riptide killed 2 of them. Ghost killed the 3 wounds, but killed 2 more with his cyclic ion raker. The stealth teams managed to kill 2 of the 3 guys here, but the heavy bolter's still standing. Between the fusion suits and the broadsides and the death rains, all but 2 of these men were cut down. So reserves incoming. At this point, the Blood Angels still hold the center and the objectives, and we will be back following turn 2. Blood Angels turn 2 rolls to an end. Bell Predator rolls on here, fires his heavy bolters because he's out of range with his assault cannon at these drones. Thanks to the drone network rules, I made all of my jinx saves, so nobody went down there. 2 drones here were killed between heavy bolter fire from the squads and bolter shots as well that were attached in. These assault Marines just hung around to hold the objective with the Warlord. Death Company moved up, attempted an assault here, lost 2 Marines on Overwatch, scored 1 hit with the burst cannon, killed a guy, and scored a hit with the fusion blaster, which obviously killed a guy. The 2 Razorbacks rolled on. This one fired at the Riptide and missed. This one fired at the Riptide and scored a hit, but rolled a 1. And these guys moved up and got these drones to jink with their shooting, but were unable to connect with any hits. Caused a wound with a melta-gun, I think, but I made a cover save. So cruddy bunch of junk there, but we'll see if the Tau can stop them. There are a lot of jump pack Marines getting close. We will shoot, and we will return with the results of that after Tau turn 3. Tau turn 3 rolls to an end. Lots of advancing. This is post jump moves, obviously. It's taking up the flank here. Shooting took down the 2 heavy bolter two-man heavy bolter team here, along with the heavy bolter over here. The rest of our fire was poured into the Devastators, and it took every bit of it to bring them down. Only the ghost kill was left over. He killed 2 of the Marines here, bikers. And I forgot, the Riptide also fired here. He's killed one with his accelerator, one with his fusion blaster. The drones all fell back to create a little bit of an electric fence. Plasma Suit moved back after doing most of this damage themselves. That was Tau turn 3. Blood Angels have one more reserve roll to roll for, and then we will be back with the bottom of the turn. Blood Angels turn 3 comes to an end. Bell Predators fired here. One of them fired on the drones. They jinked, but despite that, they were all cut down. Just too much lead. Shot here against the commander from the Bell Predator. One Rend got through. His shield generator failed to stop that, but his armor stopped the other 4 or 5 shots against the squad, so he took 1 wound. The other squads moved up here. The Razorbacks and the Bikes fired on the stealth suits. Were able to kill 2 of them. They did pass their morale check though. This Marine attempted a charge on these guys and once again scored a hit with the fusion blaster on Overwatch, cut him down. At that point, the Blood Angels are going to go ahead and call it. They are just taking too much damage, and objectives are in threat in the center. So we will have after action reviews and army lists at the blog as always. Leave a comment below to let us know what you thought about the game and about the campaign in general. Like I said, we'll have description or a link in the description to that. And as always, guys, thanks for spending time with us today at the Maelstrom.